What's going on, guys? My name's Kyle. I'm back here with another trade recap. This one's going to be fairly quick. I'm not going to do an on-demand trade or anything like that like I have in the previous videos. I'm just going to talk about what I saw here. So a few days ago on Thursday, I was looking at IBB, ticker symbol IBB, which is a biotech ETF. It follows all the biotech companies. And it's just something I have on my watch list because I occasionally trade it. And I had noticed something interesting here. It was Thursday, I was watching it. I saw this breakout happen. Let's kind of zoom in here a little bit. We're looking at the 5-minute chart. And I saw this breakout. I thought that was rather interesting. So I zoomed out and I noticed on the short term here, just a little 5-day, 5-minute chart, we did have a support line right here. And so I went ahead and I drew a support line there. And this kind of piqued my interest. I was looking at potentially entering a trade with the intention that it would continue to rise or it would consolidate and go higher or gap up the next day. So what I did following the drawing of this support line is I actually backed it out to a 1-hour chart, and I'm kind of looking, trying to see any patterns here. And what I noticed, so keep in mind I'm looking at it following this run up here, and it did kind of start to consolidate, but again I'm looking at it about the 8 a.m. 9 a.m. time frame, and I notice it does have some resistance at this level. So I did put in another line here, and what I was looking for was for the share price to actually bounce above this resistance level and then keep on running up to the next resistance level. I did enter the trade around this low point right here, and I purchased, I'll actually show you, I had purchased the December 15th 105 strike calls, and I went in fairly light size because at the time this particular option had very low volume, and so I wanted to make sure the spread was pretty wide like it is right now as well. I wanted to make sure I could get a fill on my order. I did enter it just about in the middle of the bid and ask. I think I got a fill of about 80 cents or so. And it did start to go down. I wasn't too worried about it because I had my risk set on this line right here, this support level. Had it gone below this, I probably would have allowed a little bit of wiggle room like you see with these wicks here. But not much farther than that, and I would have closed out the trade. So as you can see, towards the end of the day, it came down to this line. I was watching it pretty closely, and then it bounced off. This, to me, was a clear indication that the next day, it was either going to hold this line and start to go up, or it was just going to go ahead and gap up above this line, which you see is exactly what it did. And it continued to rally throughout most of the day before eventually just fizzling off. If we look at how the option actually traded, you can see. Now I didn't follow it for the whole rally. I got out pretty quickly. I captured about 20% gain on it. So I got in here at around 0.8. And it was actually when it had started coming back down, so I didn't, this was the peak that we had seen, and then it started to come back down. Let's look at a side-by-side chart here. This is the option price. Let's look at the actual chart of IBB. Go to the 5-minute, zoom out here. So let's look at Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday here as well. So Thursday, like I said, I got in around 9:40, I believe. And and it was trading at a little higher, so that can't be right. I must have gotten in a little later, unless I think my fill was either 0.8 or 0.85, so it was around this zone. I ended up closing it out for a 20% gain, like I said, which I believe was $1.20. So fairly early in the rally. Now, this is just risk management rules that I personally like to follow. Keeps your account from blowing up. I definitely could have left some runners to capture additional profit, but I saw it at this 105 level and I thought it had potential to turn around. I was really looking at other stocks at the time and I didn't want to keep an eye on IBB, so I just decided to take the 20% gain and not look back. In hindsight, I could have captured a lot more money, but hindsight's 2020, so we don't really worry about that. But I just wanted to kind of recap this trade and show you guys the lines I was looking at here, where I had my risk set, and how exactly it went down. So I sold again. I purchased in this 0.8 range, and I sold up here at 1.20. Look how much farther it ran up. So that's about it for IBB. That was a trade recap. This is something we talked about in our think tank. We do provide a think tank subscription service as well as a live stream trade alerts. We do have educational courses if you guys are interested in any of that kind of stuff, or learning more about these strategies or more of our secret strategies, or even if you just want to collaborate with other like-minded traders. Check out our website. We do offer a free trial on everything. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.